Hey guys, Evil Panda here, and this is my review for Omerta, the Japanese incentive, which is a DLC slash expansion pack to Omerta, City of Gangsters. So basically, they call this game a DLC, but I think of it more of as an expansion, since it's like pretty much the same size game as the base game. I think it's just like it's 12 stages, and they each take maybe close to about 50 minutes each. And then the base game has, I think, 19 stages, and they each take about 30 or 40 minutes each. So it kind of works out around the same. But then I guess the base game does has an actual DLC for it, which has bonus content, which is what 3 of those 19 stages are. So the Japanese incentive is more centered on a different storyline. I mean, it's a carry-on from the base game, of course, but it's set more in Japanese, following the Japanese character sort of thing. So basically, you're trying to take over their town, or I guess you're not at the first, but I don't want to ruin too much of the story for you. So basically, it's similar to the base game, but in this one you have what's called a gang war, which is basically where you have another gang trying to take over buildings and stuff, and they can do drive-bys on your buildings and take over them from you, and you can do it to them as well. And then usually in the mission, you'll have to do all the standard stuff that you would have done in a normal game, and then at the end you'll also have to do a battle to take over their like clan house or gangster house or whatever it is, which is like their main building, and you can't attack it until you've taken out a certain number of their like joints and random buildings that they've got. Once they get below a certain amount, you can attack them. Sometimes it doesn't really matter how many buildings they have, it doesn't play out, but in some maps it does actually get like annoyed if you try and shoot someone or try and attack their final building while they've still got heaps of buildings. This game adds, I think, 3 new weapons, which is the katana, which is it's like the Japanese sword or something, and you got flamethrowers. So you can set people on fire. It doesn't do a whole lot of damage, but it's pretty cool because it does like, I think, like 20 damage a turn for 3 turns or something. And then you've got the machine gun, which is kind of like the Tommy gun, but you can mount it, so then if someone moves while you've been aiming at them, you can shoot them when it's not your turn. So they're quite cool weapons. I think the only problem with this game is that they call it a DLC, but it's not a carry-on with your same characters. They restart at the base level. So that's like another reason why I think it's more of an expansion pack. So basically, I think the first 3 stages were actually quite difficult because they started off on like a normal difficulty. I mean, not the very first stage. The very first stage is pretty simple, but like the first 3-ish stages, it's kind of a lot harder because you've got no good weapons and your characters are all at base level, so you haven't got any like really awesome powers for them. And you're still kind of getting used to the whole gang war thing. But I actually like this expansion more than the actual game. The whole gang war thing I thought was actually pretty cool. I mean, I think you can do multiplayer maybe. I think I saw that when I was looking at it. So I don't know, I reckon it's cool. I haven't tried multiplayer in this game, or co-op. I think there was co-op or something. But I mean, it could be fun if you found someone to play with. I think there weren't that many good like standard weapons in this game. I think I tried to buy most of them when I did my walkthroughs / like let's play videos, and I think most of the time it was always flamethrowers that showed up, or machine guns, or the katana, because basically it seemed like they were trying to emphasize using those weapons more, since they were the limited weapons in this, like the special weapons that they added. So they just wanted people to experience using them more. I mean, the machine guns were good. I did use a flamethrower once in the final stage. It was pretty cool. I mean, it does a lot of damage and you got a lot of fire, but yeah. I did use the katana, but that was only because they forced you to, in one of the stages, when they forced you to use the girl. I think her name's like Ichino or something. But basically, they make you play with her. And then, I think like maybe it's about stage 8 or so, somewhere around there. They force her to be in your team in like every stage, I didn't like it because I personally don't like the whole melee weapon idea. I prefer ranged weapons. I don't like having people forced onto your squad of people. But I mean, you don't have to pay your wages, so it kind of works out. Some problems I noticed, I think like they might have changed the money standard, because I think in one of the stages I got rid of pretty much all my squad or whatever. I just was earning no money whatsoever, and I couldn't work out why. It wasn't until about like maybe 15 minutes into the game until I actually earned some money, and I just started hiring more people and then I started earning more money. I'm not sure if they added that to this or if it was in the other game, but I never noticed it in the other game when I got rid of all my team members. So the storyline to this game I actually quite liked. I thought it seemed more character centered. It wasn't the whole world map. Usually in the base game they had where you could choose between multiple stages as to which one you wanted to play on. In this one they don't do that. You only get one stage per turn, so I don't know why they really bothered with the world map thing. I mean, there's no point for having a world map if you've only got one choice. It's just defeating the purpose, really. I mean, maybe they were going to add some DLC to this, like they did with the other game, where you got extra stages that you can choose from throughout the entire game if you wanted to go off and do something separate, but they don't do that in this one, so I thought the world map was kind of pointless. Graphics wise, it's exactly the same as the first game. I think they maybe changed a couple layouts of the maps, so it was more like what the DLC maps were in the first game. But I mean, all in all, it's not a super unique game, but I think that the stuff that they did add really improved it. So I'm probably going to give this game a 7 out of 10, because I mean, they improved on it, but I think it could still use some changes. They need to add a fast forward button or something, because I mean, the games only take like 50 minutes or so, because you're sitting there waiting for your money to just show up. And then you kind of do need to buy new weapons, because if you're just using the base weapons for the whole game, it can be kind of lame, because I mean, you can get really, really good weapons in this game. You can get like ones that'll pretty much give you like plus 30% damage, or reduce the cost of attacking, and then you got bonus attacks. All sorts of benefits from using different weapons. Don't think I played that long with the base weapons. I always tried to buy new ones. But still, I mean, I don't like the combat in this game, I must say. The whole turn-based click thing, I mean, I get it. It's the style of the game, but still, I don't really like that, so it's just my opinion. If you don't agree with it, then just comment what you thought of the game in the comments below this video. But I'm only going to give it a 7 out of 10. Okay guys, see ya.